Diyan na kayo. Kamusta kayo dyan? Guys, nagka-catch up lang ako dito sa ating libro na Machiavelli. Machiavelli, our good friend, Machiavelli. Helps you a lot to understand some very interesting latest development. Meron na akong theme song, guys. Hindi na siya Andrew E. Wala na yung Inday. Wala na. Ito na yung song natin. Yan! Nagsimula na! Bagong season! Yan! Den, 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 den. Yan! Bagong season na, guys! Eto na, excited na. Exciting to, exciting. Ayan, matatroll na naman ako. Guys, of course, everything I say, you know, you know what's happening. Okay, anyway. Okay. Kamusta mga ka-unity? Very unity. Hindi pa nagsimulang ano. Eto na, labasan na. Den. Yan. Basahin ulit natin. May mga good Machiavelli moves ang nangyari. Very good Machiavelli moves. Very interesting Machiavelli moves. Okay. Speaking of good Machiavelli, ayan tayo eh. Ulitin natin. Yan, bagong season yan, guys, ha? Bagong season yan. Maganda yan. Okay. Yan ang gusto ko sa politika, guys, eh. You know what I'm saying? It's not a straightforward disaster sometimes. Sometimes there is a chance of opening. Okay, my dynamics. Okay. Speaking of good Machiavelli, may mga very interesting things na sinabi ni Machiavelli. Marami dyan, okay? One of the things he said is, never attempt to win by force what can be won by deception. Unity. Yan. Ulitin natin ha. Never attempt to win by force what can be won by deception. Ayan. And soon we'll talk about the next thing, which is a quote also by Machiavelli. Niccolo Machiavelli. The first method for estimating the intelligence of a ruler is to look at the men and the women he has around him. Speaking of which, very interesting. Ano naman, pasok. Wala na. Wala na yung kay Inday, Sara. Yan, sa ating guys. Ano nangyari dito sa ating ano? Yan, sa ating medieval politics. Okay? Sa ating medieval politics. Okay, so, kahapon, kakasabi lang ng spokesman ni incoming Vice President-elect, Inday Sara Duterte. Inday Sara Duterte. Bago mukha. Yan. Okay. Sabi ng spokesman niya, ang preference po niya is Department of National Defense. Ito. Ayan o. Alam ko mirror move yan. She has shown her preference for Department of National Defense. Not once, many times. Narinig na natin. Wala pang ilang oras. Ayan na. May confirmation na hindi nakuha yung Department of National Defense. Ayan tayo eh. Yeah, maganda yan. This is very interesting. By the way, guys, are you enjoying, I'm channeling my inner Robin Padilla. Ito po yung mga forma namin sa Baguio eh. Baguio boy din yan si Robin Padilla eh. So, kami Robin P. Baguio boy, channeling this Gene style. Yan. Okay. Balikan natin itong GOT new season. Ito kakasabi lang. My preference for national defense. Last year pa natin narinig yan. Gusto natin i-google anong sinabi niya doon, nung sagot doon. Pero biglang kanina, confirmation! Vice Presidential, accepted, Department of Education. I mean, okay, all due respect, it is a very important department. Obviously, katulad ng sinasabi ko parate, good luck sa Pilipinas after these elections. Even our past will be unpredictable. Hindi ko na talaga alam, guys, anong mangyayari dyan sa ating mga history books. Baka after 2 years, iba na yung kasaysayan natin. Kaya, forget about predicting the future. Predicting the past will be also difficult, right? I hope nagigets ng tao yung sarcasm. Okay. Oy, grabe ah! Hindi daw konyo si Robin. Anong gusto niyo yung Robin style ako magsalita? Ano mo, Inday, gano'n. Ano pa yung mga vlogs niya? Ay, wag kang ganyan. Na Baguio boy kami pareho. Hindi ko alam kung konyo vlogger siya, pero hindi ko nakasalanan. Nung nag-aral ako sa UP na parang konyo style. Ayan tayo. Walang hiya. Nagturo ako sa Ateneo Lasal, pero sa UP ako nag-aral, so excuse me. Okay, balikan natin itong Machiavelli moves. Now, I remember very well, may mga vlogger, yun si Kafefe Gaza ba yan? Kung ano, may pinost siya na si GMA, ang Lord of Philippine Politics and all of that. Tapos may mga picture, ganun. Tapos sabi ko, hi, it's always more complicated than that. Ayan na naman. Nakita na naman natin. Talagang may the moves, ha? May the moves talaga. Ito. May the moves talaga. Meron ako mas magandang soundtrack pa dyan. Yeah. Yan, Don Corleone. Yan, Don Ricardo. Yan ang tawag natin dyan. Yan. Okay, maganda to. Yan, guys. Ito na ang ating politika. Ayan, okay. Yan, mamaya na yung yung love team na yan. Ano na yan? Ayan, okay. So mukhang, yung sinasabi na chief architect and all of that, not getting the Speaker of the House position too. Lumabas pa sa retirement si Tita eh. Tapos, okay, very interesting. So clearly guys, you see what I'm seeing here, right? You see what I'm seeing here, guys. Show them who is the boss. Yes, katulad ng sinabi natin, guys. Katulad ng sinabi natin. Bongbong Marcos owes a lot of his presidency to Sara Duterte. I would even argue that had Sara Duterte decided to run for the presidency, baka shoe-in na lang yun eh. Parang, I mean, looking at how easy she won the vice presidency, wala man lang SMNI debate. Diba? Kahit SMNI, wala, diba? Never mind yung mga legit debates ng mga COMELEC and all of that. Wala. Tambak na tambak yung VP race. Mas malaki pa yung agwat yata eh. But she didn't run. And Vice President, ano po yung sinabi ni Cayetano? The Vice President is what? Spare tire? Ayan tayo eh. Who's the boss? Who's the boss? Show them who's the boss. Yan, okay. Ikaw, I'm not necessarily in favor of any camp. Alright? I'm telling you. Okay? Lalo na, tapos na election. So, awag-away pa tayo about elections. Tapos na. Okay na, tapos na. Move on. Move forward. Next phase. Okay. I want the president who is her own or who is his own. Alright? In this case, his own man. It's always nice to see a president asserting their mandate. At the end of the day, ikaw ang presidente. Ikaw. Alright? Oy, Dan ha, umayos ka. Mamaya ka na mag-troll. Tumingin ka muna sa mirror bago mag-comment sa akin ha. For sure, hindi pa totoong account yan. Pero next time, pick a better fake profile, okay? Alright. Okay. Ang cheap talaga ng mga trolls natin, no? Ang cheap lang nila. Yung level talaga nila sobrang low, no? Anyway, ayan na. Okay, mga friends. So, Di pa tapos, ilan araw na lang, boom, di nakuha ni Sara. Kakasabi lang ng spokesman, ha? Gusto namin national defense. Laki ng budget ng national defense, guys. Ang dami mga projects yan. Very important. It's a very important portfolio. Secretary Lorenzana, ayan, good friend namin yan. Nakausap namin throughout the years. We know how important and crucial that position is. It's considered one of the top senior cabinet position. DND, DFA, DOF, and DILG. Itong apat This is the quartet position sa napakamahalaga, guys. At boom! Hindi nakuha ni Sara yung mga yan. Okay. Ayan tayo. I was thinking, siguro for the first time we'll have a much more dominant vice president. But, Marcos, show who's the boss. Boom! Presidente! Presidente! Yan. El Presidente! Yan. Okay. Very important yan, guys. So, what is going to be the likely composition ng ruling coalition pagdating sa mga key positions sa ating gobyerno? So, it's looking like, kung napanood niyo yung election showdown namin nila Ted Filon at saka Lucy Valdez sa TV5, no? Nung isang araw, bago ako pumunta sa CNN Philippines and GMA Network, hanggang 3 a.m. na yun. Mukha ako sobrang pagod na. Tapos, walang iya, itong mga vloggers na ayoko na magsalita. Siniscreenshot yung mukha ko na pagod. Parang gusto kong sabihin, if ever na-imbita ka na mga interview ng mga legit na media from 7 a.m. to 3 a.m. ng next day, tingnan natin ang itsura mo. You know what? Tingnan natin ang itsura mo kahit hindi ka na in-interview at fresh ka pa. Compare pa natin. Okay. Mabay tayo, guys. Inner Robin P. Channel natin dyan. Siga. Siga konyo. Konyong siga. Walang iya. Walang iya. Okay. So, what will be the leading trio? At dito natin nakikita, guys. Remember yung sinabi ko kay Machiavelli? Niccolo Machiavelli. Ano sinabi ni Machiavelli? The first method for estimating the intelligence of a ruler is to look at the men and women he has around him. And, by all indications, Monday pa lang, sinabi namin, on TV pa yan, check niya sa TV5 yan. Potential, ito yung magiging trio. Now, things could still change. Welcome to Philippines. But ito yung mukhang magiging trio. President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. Yun. Speaker of the House, current Deputy Speaker of the House, Martin Romualdez. Yan. Let's not forget, it's Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr. Okay. At actually, si Martin Romualdez, very big yung role niya in putting together yung coalition, no? Ng unit team. Maalala niyo yung time na nag-meeting sila Sara at saka BBM Camp dun sa Cebu with si Governor Gwen Garcia. Hindi, Gwen Garcia yung isa, di ba? Ayan na naman ako Tito Boy Soto. Ayan na naman tayo. Basta, yung governor ng Cebu, na one day picture with Isko, next day picture with okay, yan. Andun, if I'm not missing, andun si Martin Romualdez din, di ba? Yan. So actually, if you look at it, the real architect, one of the key architects actually of this unit team is actually Romualdez, di ba? And of course, their family and all. And mga Romualdez, kalma lang mga yan. Pros mga yan. At saka credentials. Mabigat ang credentials, no? Tingnan natin yung credentials ni Martin Romualdez, guys, ito. If I'm not mistaken, UP Law siya Graduated. Okay, let's be very clear about that. Graduate siya. Yes. He's Harvard University, Cornell University, and I think UP College of Law. I thought Oxford din siya No. So, Cornell University yung undergrad niya. Harvard University, I think executive course lang yata ito hindi, nag-masters nga. And then, ito yung extension school ng Harvard. And UP Law. So, ito yung mga nag-aaral. Tinatapos yung pag-aaral. Mahusay ang pag-aaral, okay? Oo na, alam ko si Gwen Garcia yung okay? Sorry na, Gwen Garcia, okay? Maganda naman silang pareho, di ba? Okay, ganun tayo dyan, guys. Ayan na naman tayo eh. Pinatulan nyo na naman yung mga ano ko. Kunyaring bloopers. Contrived bloopers. Yung mga ganun. Mga pa-cute bloopers ko. Ang cute naman ni Prof. Ano, Tito Boy, so lang niya. Mali na. Yan, punta natin yan guys. Ito na yung maging teams natin from now on. Hindi na si Andrew E. E does. Yan. Ang Tigre ng Norte. Right? Team up with relatives from the center, Visayas, Romualdez. And of course, ito magiging Senate President natin. Ayun, wala na si Tito Boy Soto, si Tito Soto. Ayan na. Ayan na talaga. Ito yung pinaka-quotable sa akin na politician sa Pilipinas, if not in the world. Yung sino nagsabi na, research ka dyan. May kalabaw ka. Ano yung sabi niya? Ano yung sinabi niya? Research. Ayan. Si ma'am, alam niyo na sino yan. Ayan. Saan yung meme ulit na yan? Yung sabi niya, pinagalitan niya yung mga nag-question sa kanya. Research. Kumanon siya. Oh. Bakit? Meron ba kayong kalabaw dyan? Ayan. Yung nag-top ng Senate race ng 2019 ang almost certainly, sabi na nga, pirmado na. Almost certainly, next Senate President. Hinanap ko talaga yung ano niya eh. Wait lang. Mag-ina pa sila sa Senate. Maganda yan. Saan yung meme niya, yung pinagalitan niya yung mga research sa, yung sa bigas ba yan, agriculture, ayan. Ito yung sinabi niya nun sa DA. Hindi ko talaga kaya to. Okay. Ano yung sinabi niya sa DA, Department of Agriculture? Baliw na baliw kayo sa ano. Sinabi niya, baliw na baliw kayo sa research. Maniwala kayo sa akin. Ito talaga yung sinabi niya eh. Ito ha. Nung pinag-usapan ng research. Ito yung usapan, yung issue ng yung Agriculture's Department National Corn Program. Ito, yung budget daan pupunta sa research. Okay! Ito yung sinabi niya. I'm so sorry guys, hindi ko talaga, ito yung talaga weakness ko, soft spot ko na talaga to eh. Ito sinabi niya parang lahat ng yung budget, puro research. Baliw na baliw kayo sa research. Ano niyo ba yung research? Ayan, talagang pinagalitan niya talaga. Ako, matalino akong tao. Pero hindi ko maintindihan yung research niyo, lalo na yung farmer. Gusto ba ng farmer yung research? Hindi ba gusto nila tulungan nyo sila? Bakit ba lahat ng budget nyo research? Yan talaga sinabi niya eh. Ano yun nyo to? Sabi niya. Ibang klase. Meron pa siya yung kalabaw. Meron siyang comment dun sa kalabaw. Hindi ko. Okay. Sorry guys. I'm sorry. I mean like, the quality of our governance is really overwhelming me. Okay. I'm so sorry. Ito na talaga. Ayan, napayak na talaga ako finally, guys, ha. Ito na talaga. Baliw na baliw kayo sa research. Ano yung research na yan? Ibang klase. Yan po ang magiging kasama sa ating trio, the triangle of power in the coming years. So, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., Senate President Cynthia Villar, Speaker of the House, Martin Romualdez. Ito po ang magiging trio that will oversee executive-legislative synchronization for the coming years, including the possibility of pushing, I would even say probability, which is a higher level of certainty, probability of cha-cha. Research kayo dyan. Meron yung, guys, hanapin yung para may kalabaw na comment. Please, guys, labas niyan. Pag nakikita ko talaga yung soft spot ko yan eh. Hindi ko talaga makontrol yan eh. Meron yun eh. Wait lang, hanapin ko ha. Meron yun, guys. By the way, everything we're saying ha, ito ha, ipopost ko yung link. Ayaw maniwala sa akin. Walang iya. Panoorin niyo din yung interview niya with si Atom. Kaibigan natin si Atom, my partner in crime. Interview niya with Cynthia Villar. Meron yun yung kalabaw comment niya. Saan na yun? Ito yata yun. Ito. Ito. Ito, paki-confirm guys, totoo ba to? Totoo ba to talaga sinabi niya? Kasi alam ko minsan may mga fake memes eh. Is this true? Ay, hindi, it's true nga. It's on. Oh my. Ito. Okay guys, i-post ko. Please, ito, hindi confirm. Pero, hindi, totoo nga. Totoo nga. Ito para ma-apply yung research na yan, kung hindi ka naman nagpo-produce ng Carabao, at yung mga Carabao hindi naman nagpo-produce ng more milk, hindi ko mag-guess. Guys, paki-explain nga, ano ibig sabihin yan? Hindi ko talaga itong Carabao comment, hindi ko talaga, ito. Itong Carabao comment. Paki-explain nga sa akin. Okay, anyway. Okay, tama na. Okay. Guys, promise, genuine to. Hindi ito anything guys. I just, I'm just, come on. Okay, ipopost ko mamaya na. Ayan, okay. Now, so, in fairness to President-elect, he has shown who's the man, right? I mean, that's very important. Early on, you make the terms of engagement very, very clear. Now, which brings me to the third level of analysis natin today. Okay, ito. Ang pangit ng sulat ko na. Guys, I'm so sorry talaga. Hindi ko talaga na-control yan. Yung kalabaw comment talaga. Yung may gatas pa yung kalabaw. Ano yun yung research. Okay. A-team. Okay. So, base sa alam ko, si Gibo, of course, after 1 year, kasi may 1 year restriction dun sa mga kakatalo lang sa elections na mag-occupy ng position. So, mukhang next year, si Gibo Chodoro po ang mag-take over. Again, of course, everything is fluid, things could change, but it looks like Gibo Chodoro may once again become our Secretary of National Defense. Interesting, I would say. Even encouraging. Kumpara naman dun sa mga iba na wala talagang background whatsoever in defense and strategy, maging defense secretary, di ba? Okay. In fairness, it will be also a good continuity from current secretary, Delphine Lorenzan, who was a very, very adept person. Ang tagal niya na dun sa Washington, D.C. as ating defense and veterans attaché. So it will be nice to have legit persons there. National Defense. Department of Foreign Affairs, most likely, I'm making some confirmations here and there also with my contacts, of course, as usual. Mukhang, and I've endorsed him actually, Babe Romualdez. And Otto Romualdez could be also in a very, very key position in the incoming administration. Kung kilala niyo po si Babe Romualdez, isa siyang kolumnista sa Philippine Star, mahusay na tao, nakausap ko siya. He cares about our national interest. Napakaganda po yung ginagawa niyang trabaho ngayon sa Washington, D.C. bilang ating ambassador. Napakaganda yung mga ginagawa nila dyan sa embahada natin sa Washington, D.C. Very smooth yung ating relationship with the U.S. and most likely kung siya yung foreign secretary, maging very balanced yung ating relationship. Hindi yung love China, love Putin and all of that. Uy, tahimik na si tatay kay Putin ngayon. Dati love. Talagang mga, ganyan talaga mga fanboys. Andyan lang sila para sa'yo kung malakas ka, pero kung talo-talo ka na, biglang change tone. Okay. And then, hindi ko alam yung Department of Finance. But I won't be surprised sa Department of Finance, medyo legit person din ang ilalagay nila. Medyo A-lister. Kasi Boma Marcos will have to send the right signals to the market. As you have noticed, there were some not so good movements sa markets natin, sa Philippine Stock Exchange, sa currency natin recently. Although, of course, the markets have already taken the risk into consideration. If you are also aware, Bloomberg had a survey of economists, and Bongbong Marcos didn't rank very well. Actually, Lenny Robredo was the top preference of my economists who were surveyed by Bloomberg. Okay, so very important for incoming president to send the right signal to the markets and say he's going to bring in the experts, he's going to bring in A-list people, and he's going to be very responsible dun sa ating fiscal policy at management of our very huge deficit. Kamusta naman si tatay, di ba? 10% economic contraction 2020. Ngayon, medyo may recovery. Latest quarterly growth at more than 8%. So we're on a good trajectory. So if Bongbong Marcos plays his cards correctly with the right team and technocrats, we will be on the right trajectory towards recovery, perhaps by early next year na. Full recovery from the pandemic in terms of the economic loss. Of course, ibang usapan po yung employment generation, ibang usapan po yung inflation management. Maraming factors po ang meron dyan. So, yun lang tignan natin. Isa pang, so dun sa quartet position na minention ko, puntahan ko si Gadon. Wait lang kayo. Quartet muna tayo dun sa mga top positions. Dun sa top positions, number 4, DILG. So as you may have noticed, I have already mentioned someone who could be our next DILG secretary. And Isko Moreno. I think Yorme Isko Moreno could be in a good position after 1 year to be considered for DILG secretary. Again, nothing is set in stone. Mahalaga din natitignan kung ano yung natawa talaga ako kanina. Sorry guys. Serious tayo. Obviously, ang tanong ngayon is sino yung maging interim defense secretary at saka DILG secretary if indeed Isko Moreno and Gibo are considered for those top positions. I know that they're in a good running for those two top positions, but yun. So it looks like Isko Moreno may have life after these elections, politically speaking. And who knows? He may once again use that as a kind of a, launching pad for who knows what can happen down the road. Nakita naman natin Isko loses but sometimes comes back even stronger. 2016 he lost, he came back stronger 2019. 2022 he lost, who knows? He may come back stronger later on. Okay? So, in fairness naman dito, it is very possible that at least dun sa mga quartet positions na meron tayo, we'll have people who are quite relatively, if not A-list level competent. No, I mean, again, you can say whatever you want about Isko, your attacks on him, whatever. Bahala kayo dyan. But that guy had proved his mettle sa Manila. Okay? He achieved a lot in 2 or 3 years. And I won't be surprised he won't do too bad pagdating sa DILG. Right? If indeed he takes over the DILG secretary. Now, DOJ, I'm hearing some wild ideas. Gadon daw could be considered. Mas mataas ba daw si Gadon kay, dun sa Senate race kay Harry Roque? Mas mataas ba si Gadon kay Harry Roque? Ayan tayo Ayan. Mukhang malapit na sa top 15 si Gadon So let's see Let's see. So I'm just gonna hold judgment on a number of other positions. Sa DepEd naman, I don't know. Actually with Sara, I don't know. Kasi Sara naman is not a loyalist. Hindi naman siya super pro Marcos or anything like that. Sara is just Sara. So I don't know what will be the direction doon sa textbook natin, historical textbook and all. So I want to see sino maging undersecretary, sino mga people in charge. Let's see. Yung ROTC, isa pa yan. Mga ROTC ba tayo niyan? Wala na, Zadi na. Hindi ko na kaya mag-ROTC. Ayan na. Si Vic Rodriguez po ay magiging kung anong position ni Bongo dun sa presidency ni Duterte. I think Vic Rodriguez will be that plus Harry Roque's position or Panelo's position. So I think Attorney Vic Rodriguez will be a really, really dominant figure, at least for now. Again, everything can change, but for now, he looks like to be the linchpin of the Bongbong Marcos administration, incoming administration. All right? So yon. Okay, guys, let me put it this way. Let's be serious. We had our elections. We had our disagreements. Yes, natural na sa panahon na elections, may hidwaan, may disagreements, yan, may mga nag-alaskador, lahat, given na yan. But always remember, a number of things. Unang-una, ang isang presidente po ay hindi hari o reyna. So dapat po, may pananagutan siya sa ating saligang batas at taong bayan. Yes, given na yan. Pero pangalawa, at the same time, kahit sino maging presidente natin, kahit yung ayaw mo maging presidente natin na naging presidente, kung meron siyang mandato galing sa taong bayan, dapat suportahan natin siya on the good policies, on the good front, no? At gusto natin siyang mag-succeed, especially kung tama po yung ginagawa niya. And to say na isang administration na lahat tama or lahat mali, let's be honest, that's unfair, that's partisan. Okay? So, and number 3, ang gusto rin natin makikita is a president who has his own mind, right? Has his own strategy, is his own man or her own woman. Mahalaga yan. Ayaw natin ng presidente na indebted sa mga iba, ayaw natin ng presidente na puppet ng iba, ayaw natin ng presidente na walang sariling pag-iisip. So, for me, showing who's the boss moves actually could be a good thing. In a sense that at least we know where is the center of power, right? At the same time, sabi ko nga, sino yung tumatawag sa akin? At the same time, mga media, pahinga na nga ako tama na, focus na ako dito Kanyari, okay. Ayun na naman Hindi ko talaga nakayanan yung kalabaw. At the same, balikan natin seryoso. So, unang-una, hindi po hari ang isang presidente, may pananagutan dapat sa taong bayan at saka sa ating saligang batas. Pangalawa po, ang presidente po natin, kahit sino man yan, kahit galing sa kabilang kampo na hindi mo binoto, gusto po natin mag-succeed kung sino po ang presidente. Kung tama po yung kanyang mga polisiya. Kung mali naman, of course, dapat may pananagutan. Kaya nga yung first caveat ko. Pangatlo po, gusto po natin yung isang presidente na may sariling pag-iisip, alam natin ano yung vision niya para sa ating bansa, at sabi nga ni Machiavelli, the best way to estimate the intelligence of a leader, right, or a prince, right, is to see who are surrounding him, no, or who is he surrounding himself with, right? Okay? So mahalaga din 'yan, kaya mahalaga natitignan din sino yung mga potential na nasa kabineta. As I said, hindi ako masusurprise kung some of the A-list persons will actually be in this cabinet. And let me say the last thing. Okay, napakamahalaga 'yan. Napakamahalaga ito So I put all the caveats, no? Hindi hari, pero gusto ko mag-succeed yung presidente natin. Kung mali ang ginagawa niya, dapat may pananagutan. Pero kung may tama siyang ginawa, I want my president to succeed. I want my president to succeed para sa ating bansa. Because we have to get out of this pandemic. We have to strengthen our national defense. We have to move forward. At pang-apat, itong sasabihin ko. Alam ko yung mga ibang kampo dyan, hindi matutuwa sa sasabihin ko ngayon. Sa aking palagay po, may mga magagandang mangyayari in the coming months or so, potentially. Again, potentially because hindi ako mayabang na sasabihin na alam ko, ako, Madam Auring, but probabilistic analysis po yan. Medyo optimistic po tayo na yung mga EJK cases or yung mga napaka-violent parts, yung pinakamarahas na parte ng scorched earth drug war ni Pangulong Duterte ay matone down. Para sa akin po, kung mangyari yan, this is a good thing. Maganda yan para sa atin. Dahil sinabi po ng ating incoming president na yes, sang-ayon siya sa issue ng kampanya laban sa pinagbabawal na droga, pero ang gusto niya po ay more rehabilitation-focused approach, more surgical approach, hindi bara-bara. So kung hindi po bara-baring approach ng susunod na ating presidente, suportado po ako dyan. You have my 100% support, sir. Kahit sino ka man, kahit sinong presidente yan, susuportahan ko ang tamang policy niya dyan. You can count on my support, sir. Number 2, pagdating sa foreign policy, mas makikita natin ang professionalism, both from the President and the Secretary of Foreign Affairs. Ang isang malaking problema po natin over the 5-6 years is ubos laway po sa kaka-explain ng ano yung sinabi ni tatay na kung ano-ano na naman sinasabi niya. Most likely, mababawasan niya ng significantly under a President Marcos Jr. I think a President Marcos Jr. will be far more calibrated, far more careful, far more balanced in his foreign policy positioning. Wala yung mga I love Xi Jinping, I love Putin, wala yung mga kid stuff na ganon. Alright? Wala yung mga amateur hour na ganon. It will be much more disciplined, much more calibrated, much more professional, much more balanced. Pagdating naman doon sa foreign secretary natin, kamusta naman yung block pa rin yata ako ni Teddy Boy Isa pang boy yan. Walang. Sa Twitter, yung nang wawala sa Twitter. We cannot afford having a foreign secretary like that, okay? Swashbuckling on Twitter and all. Most likely, ang magiging next foreign secretary po natin is someone who is a legitimate diplomat, a gentleman, and someone who knows what he's doing Alright? At hindi mag-jump from crazy statements to not so crazy statements. Alright? So that will be a good thing. Now, pagdating kay Gibo, he already has an experience as National Defense Secretary. I think he'll have a good conversation with outgoing Defense Secretary Lorenzana. So we can expect some good things also on those fronts. Now, if titignan ko rin yung Department of Finance, at saka mukhang si Jok na po ay magstay sa Central Bank, sa Bangko Sentral. Pero gusto ko makita kung sino maging final natin Department of Finance and NEDA. Pero yung Department of Finance, mas mahalaga pa yan. Base doon, pwede rin natin ma-confirm po yung sinasabi po natin, no? Mais kayo. Di pa ako tapos ha, seryoso pa tayo. Natatawa naman ako sa mga comments, pasaway kayo. Doon natin makikita yung isa pa na in-expect ko dito. Again, I know nothing for sure, but this is my probabilistic analysis, right? More discipline pagdating sa ating fiscal policy. More sound signaling dun sa ating macroeconomic policies. One issue though is yung anti-corruption, PCGG among others. Sir, ikaw ang susunod na presidente, please send the right signals to the markets. Alright? Okay, please. Para sa bansa to, para sa ating bayan yan. Mahalaga na maganda yung sinyales natin sa merkado para po mataas or tumaas yung interest ng mga investors sa ating bansa. Okay? Okay. So ito, in short, I'll say this. This is very controversial, but I'll say this. Well, controversial sa iba, but not necessarily to the others. Ferdinand Marcos Jr. will be a far more disciplined administration than the outgoing one. Especially the outgoing president and a cabinet member or two, right? That's a plus. That's a plus. Now, we can talk about the minuses and all as we move forward. But so far, itong nakikita ko, some of the good things to look forward to. Alright? Now, obviously the picture is not rosy, completely rosy for our democracy, economy, etc. Yes. I mean, ano tayo dito, di ba? But, guys, give credit where credit is due. And lahat ng sinasabi po natin dito ay base sa mga nakikita natin information coming in, conversation we're having with some of the folks who can end up in top positions in the cabinet, no? And also knowing the lay of the land, no? Kilala po natin ang mga Marcoses, no? Si Pangulong Duterte ay, from a different world siya. So it took me some time to really fully research about him. Just a year or so before I wrote a book on him. Pero mga Marcoses, I've known them all my life. All right? I've known them all my life. I come from the North. I know how they operate. They work for 30 years to get where they are today. All right? 1991 pa lang nung bumalik na sila, they have been working their way back. 1992 pa lang, they could have won if Danding and Imelda joined forces. They played the long game. They're pros. Never underestimate a Marcos. Whether Marcos Sr., Marcos Jr., Sandro Marcos, whatever. Never underestimate the Marcos. Alright? And never underestimate the Ilocanos. Okay. On that note, again, I made the caveat very clear. Kahit sino maging presidente natin, hindi po siya hari, dapat may pananagutan sa ating bayan, sa ating saligang batas. We are a constitutional democracy. At the same time, I want my president to succeed, whoever that person is, when he's doing the right thing, when he's bringing the professionals. Okay? Alright. Okay. Maraming salamat, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. As more information comes in, we'll break down the cabinet, national security position, positions at the Department of Justice. I'm hearing a lot